Thank you to Game Time for sponsoring Patriots Report today. So we just went over the top Patriots rumors from the week. Let's get into some of the Patriots' top targets for the upcoming NFL Draft. They got a lot of needs, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So let's start on defense, and we go with our first round targets, obviously, first. Let's start with Joshua Jackson, the cornerback out of Iowa. I think he'd be a great pick for the Patriots at the end of the first round. He didn't have a stellar combine. I think that Denzel Ward and Micah Fitzpatrick had a much better combine than he did. I think Joshua Jackson might end up trending to kind of the 15 to 21 area as a cornerback. I think if the Patriots want him, they will have to probably trade up to get him, and it probably isn't likely that the Patriots will trade up this year. They are tied for last for the fewest amount of picks in the upcoming NFL Draft. So if the Patriots do want him, they will have to pay a pretty penny, but I think that Joshua Jackson would be a great number 2 corner on the other side from Stephon Gilmore. He kind of matches what they like to do on defense, especially on the right half of the field, being able to just lock down not the biggest guy on the field, but someone who has a lot of quickness. I think Joshua Jackson would be a great option. A lot of ball skills coming out of Iowa. Let's go to our number 2 option, Leighton Vander, one of the best combines of any linebacker you could argue ever. The dude is a physical freak. He's huge. He's 6'4". Our own Tom Downey gave him a Brian Urlacher comp, which, you know, a hefty comparison, but that's only based off his size and athleticism. We'll see what kind of career he has, but I think Leighton Vander would be an amazing fit in the middle of the Patriots defense. Again, a guy that the Patriots will probably have to trade up for now. I would be stunned if Vander gets past pick 25, but he'd be such a good pick in the middle of the Patriots defense. They love big linebackers being able to roam around the field. They've drafted to Jamie Collins. They've drafted, obviously, Donta Hightower. Happy birthday to Donta Hightower, by the way. And now they could also get Leighton Vander, who kind of fits that similar mold, would fit really well next to Kyle Van Noy. So Leighton Vander plus Kyle Van Noy, a lot of 3-man names, but I'm okay with it as long as he's producing on the field. Let's get into our next one, Rashaan Evans, a guy who I actually think is going to drop in the draft with how good Leighton Vander did. It really depends on which teams like more. He's an Alabama linebacker. We know that Bill Belichick loves his Nick Saban disciples. He would make an impact right away. He'd be a great fit in the middle of the Patriots defense. I'm worried about how well he could cover in the NFL, but I guess that's what Kyle Van Noy is for. But he'll be a tackling machine. He'll be able to play great in the run game as well. He's not a 3-down linebacker quite yet. He's more of a 2-down guy, but oh my goodness, would he be better than what Landon Roberts brought to the table so far this year. He's upgraded Landon Roberts, but Rashaan Evans would be a nice target for the Pats as well. Let's get into our next first-round target, Taven Bryan. Now, if you don't know who this guy is, his college production wasn't over the top, but he had an incredible combine. His athletic traits are off the charts. The guy is a crazy 3-cone drill. He's incredible quickness. He's the kind of guy, as NFL scouts like to say, he will beat you in a phone booth. So I think that Taven Bryan would be a great option next to Malcolm Brown and Danny Shelton. He'd bring some really needed interior pass rush. The only guy on the interior that can rush the passer at all is Trey Flowers, and they need him on the edge right now. So Taven Bryan would come in, offer a nice option, maybe on 2nd and 3rd down to really rush the passer. I wouldn't really think he's a double-digit sack a year guy, but I still think he can make an impact either way. Let's get into, I believe, my last first-round target. That's Malik Jefferson, who, linebacker out of Texas, a really good player, would provide a nice 1-2 punch with Kyle Van Noy. Had 110 tackles coming out of Texas this year. He isn't the most, how do I say, he doesn't have the highest football IQ, but he's an insane athlete. He can get to every single spot that you need him to on the field. He can cover as well, but the dude is a tackling machine and a crazy athlete. I think he'd provide a fresh start for the Patriots defense, especially that linebacker core. They don't have a lot of athleticism, so I think Malik Jefferson would come in and instantly become the most athletic guy on the Patriots linebacker core. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsDean. Those were our first-round draft targets. Let's get into our second-round draft targets, because the Patriots will have that San Francisco 49ers pick at the top of the second round, so we can get a little bit more ambitious here with who we think they're going to take. Let's start with Isaiah Oliver, the cornerback out of Colorado. Solid ball skills would make a really good number 2 corner in the Patriots system. I think it would have a decent amount of impact in the NFL right away. I'm a little bit worried about how he was going to cover fast wide receivers in the NFL, but at the same time, he's physical. He's safe. I think he's a safe pick overall for a corner, and like I said, he has good ball skills. Would be a decent option for the Patriots at that spot if he's still there. But this is a guy that I am on my hands and knees praying that the Patriots take. I want Mike Gesicki, the tight end out of Penn State. One of the best athletes to come out of the draft at tight end ever. Not even kidding. You got to go check out what this dude did at the combine. An absolute freak. And I also believe that he could do it in the NFL as well. His blocking needs some work. Definitely needs some work, but the Patriots love these kind of move tight ends that they can split out as a wide receiver. I think you get Mike Gesicki, you get Rob Gronkowski, you now have Kenny Britt. Boom, instant size additions to your offense. They'd be freaks in the red zone. I think Mike Gesicki would be looking at double-digit touchdowns in his first NFL season if he gets drafted by the Patriots. Let's stick with tight ends. Another guy that I really want is Mark Andrews, the tight end out of Oklahoma. He's a decent tight end. I think he's a more all-around guy than Mike Gesicki is. He did have some issues with his hands this year, but he was one of the more prolific options that Baker Mayfield had to throw to this year. Almost 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns as a tight end is nothing to scoff at. The guy has a lot of production. I think he'd be a great fit opposite Rob Gronkowski. The Patriots do need a number 2 tight end, and they have taken tight ends high in the past when the need is there. Obviously, they took Gronk and Aaron Hernandez in the same draft way back when, but I think a couple tight ends would definitely be on the board for the Patriots this season. Let's get into our next guy. I'm gonna try my best to not butcher it. Chukwuma Okorafor. I think I totally roasted it. Not even gonna try again. But anyway, we'll just move on with this. The dude is incredibly raw. He comes out of Western Michigan. He's originally from Nigeria. If you watch him on tape, the dude looks like Michael Orr in The Blind Side. He's just running people over. He's pancaking people left and right. He looks fantastic. I'm a little worried about his quickness off the line. I think that he's going to need some work. If the Patriots do lose Nate Solder or Cameron Fleming, they're going to need a move tight end. I think totally butchered again. Okorafor is going to be able to fill that need if they need him to. I'm just going to call him, I'm not even going to try again. Let's move on to John Kelly, our last second-round target. A running back that the Patriots really need. He'd be a great replacement for Dion Lewis. Kind of more of a, I want to say maybe a second or third down back. Obviously, the Patriots have James White. But John Kelly, I think, offers a little bit more in terms of an overall running back. James White is not good running between the tackles. Not good. We've seen it fail over and over again. John Kelly is a tough son of a gun. He played for a really bad Tennessee team this year. He was the only highlight on that whole team. He runs people over, and he's only 5'9". It's actually really impressive. I don't think he's Alvin Kamara, but I think he could have a really big impact on any NFL team if put in the right role. So those are our NFL draft targets for the Patriots this season. Again, you can follow me on Twitter @SportsScene to get all your Patriots news and updates. But I'm Harris Rubenstein. We'll see you next time.